Hey guys, we're back with Chaos Child. I hardly slept at all last night, but look, this is not a marathon. This is a race. I have to race to keep my sanity long enough to get to the true ending. Because once we get to the true ending, the second it starts is gonna be Kino, right? The whole way through.
つまり
Sumari?
ここまでをまとめるとだね。
Done? Yeah. Anyway, what we like once I get to the true ending, it's gonna be Kino. You know, it's gonna be the best thing I've ever read, obviously. But we have to get there. I kept thinking about what would happen after school, even during Mr. Wakui's lecture. He was teaching about dinosaurs. Awazaki Yume, the girl whom everyone claimed was not only the prettiest girl in her grade, but most beautiful in this school. I thought about going to see what she was like this morning, eventually decided not to. She saw me, she'd think I'd come to check her out. That's what. Oh, is that in Cool Cat Press? If that happened, everything would be ruined. I wonder what she's like. Sorry. Her voice is cute. I know that for a fact. You can tell whether someone is pretty from their voice, then I could say without a doubt she must be gorgeous. The real question was what she's like on the inside. Even if she is cute, I don't want to date a girl who's a shallow slut. The whole "but only if they're hot" thing is for shallow people with shallow minds. If only common if unspoken addendum to many things girls say about guys they like. For example, I like a man who's funny, but only if they're hot, or I like a man who can cook, but only if they're hot. It's a simple, blunt praise used to denote that no matter how much one likes a gesture or action performed by the opposite sex, it will not be effective unless they're attractive. Okay, addendum to the addendum. It also works in reverse. Like I like a girl who's funny, but only if they're hot. A true right-hander like me won't be deceived by appearances. But still, they say you can't judge a book by its cover. It's also true that what's on the outside of a person reflects on who they are inside. Which means that on the inside, she has to be.
それじゃあこの先を宮代くんに読んでもらおうかな。宮代くん。
おい、宮代。当てられてるぞ、宮代。
This is how he's gonna get him. He's gonna assassinate him through embarrassment. Like the committee planned this. Huh? Suddenly realized the whole class was looking at me.
宮代くん。もしかして聞いてなかった？
I was in an illusion. I'm sorry. Oh no. I stood up and then froze. Crap. Where am I supposed to be reading from exactly?
122ページ4行目だ、宮代。
Ito, you're the best. What if that's the wrong page? Ito, I owe you one. This is the dream I had. I was sitting, this is called, like, symbolism isn't the right word. We can call it foreshadowing. Arms crossed at the head of a bed, a woman was lying there, face up, told me in a small voice she was going to die. Her long hair draped across the pillow, framing a face that was soft and round. There's just a hint of red blood beneath the pale skin on her cheeks, and her lips, of course, were red as well. Then she said in a soft but clear voice, "In my dream, I become a butterfly, butterfly. A butterfly floating here and there?" As I read the passage, I started to get confused. I'd heard Soseki's 10 Nights of Dreams in class before. I didn't remember this part at all. I thought that yes, she was going to die. But is that Soseki Natsume? 10 Night of Dreams. It's Soseki Natsume! It all comes together! For those who don't know, he is a character. Well, he's a real person, but he's also a character in The Great Ace Attorney, which takes place on like 1900 exactly, I think. So, you know, it's crossover. Oh. I thought she was gonna die. So I leaned over and asked, "Are you a human dreaming you're a butterfly? Or are you a butterfly dreaming you're a human?" "Both the human and the butterfly are indeed going to die," the woman said. Then she opened her eyes and said that you're dreaming too. "If you don't get out soon, you won't be able to get out at all, Taku." Sarika, she put in an escape message. It's like the disappearance of Haruhi Suzumiya. What?
おいおい、宮代くん。一体どこを読んでいるんだい？
No, My classmates must have found my reaction funny because they all started to laugh.
おいおい、 いくらいいこと続きだからってしっかりしろって。
Hold on, I want to read back over this. Hold on. In my dream, I become a so is Uki the butterfly and Taku the human, or is Taku the butterfly and the human? I don't know, man. I don't get symbolism. I just stood there in shock as the rest of my class laughed at me. Looked back at the textbook, and there's nothing like that written there. Of course, the text certainly didn't have my name in it. What the hell was that? Is that just a delusion? Come to think of it, something weird had happened last night too. Was Ito right? Am I just feeling overwhelmed because I've been chosen as a the news commentator and received a love letter? Or am I still tired after all the stuff that happened with the case? The harder I tried to think about it, the harder I got to think about.
やれやれ。どうやら寝ぼけてるようだし、顔を洗ってきた方がいいんじゃないか?
I'm sorry, sir. I can feel the rest of the class staring at me as I weave my way through the desks and out to the hallway. I should probably just do what he suggested and go wash my face. Maybe that'll make my head feel clearer. My footsteps echoed down the empty hallway as I headed for the washroom, when suddenly... I saw it again. No way I can mistake it for anything else. You with a sword? Yeah. It really was a D-sword. The person holding it was... Uki. But why? Before I could say anything, she turned around. Oh, wait! And she ran away on tiny feet. But did she run away like with her tiny feet, or did she like run on Serika's feet? We need to ask the important questions. We ran after her. Breathing sounds. I was sure she went this way. Oh! Found Uki and quickly ran over to her. Uki!
Takuru-san!
Uki looked up at me, confused. Her bangs were a little wet. She'd been wiping them with a handkerchief. She wasn't holding a D-sword. She was just holding a girly handkerchief. What are you doing?
実は授業中にうっかり居眠りをしてしまって、それで先生に顔を洗ってくるようにって。
So she decided to go wash her face in the high school instead of the middle school, of course. Fell asleep.
はい。最近朝早くから夜遅くまで施設のお手伝いをしているので疲れてしまったみたいで。
That's no good. We should have her drop out of school so she can be a full-time laborer. Her little body seemed to be getting even smaller as she apologized. Looking at her now, it's impossible to believe that she might have been planning to do something evil with her D-sword. I see.
恥ずかしい話ですが。
Her cheeks went red with shame and she turned her head downward.
それじゃあ私は授業に。
Oh, okay. Uki bowed her head and then disappeared down the hall. There it was again. I was seeing things again. What was happening to me? Oh, that was weird. They cut the bell sound before it ended. Lunchtime came and I went to the club room like I'd originally planned. I was still thinking about the creepy thing I'd seen. Ekio lunchbox! Broadcasting Club is playing their daily lunch broadcast. Has this been mentioned at all before? I don't remember it. How many people actually looked forward to this? One guy? What day is the earthquake? Well, like the anniversary of the earthquake? The 6th? Apple Appreciation Day! That line is a lot longer in the Japanese version. I heard Ichi 0, I think, so there's numbers in there. Okay.
早く目を覚まさなきゃって早く目を覚まさなきゃ早く目を覚ませ早く目を覚まして
Question mark?
早く目を覚ましてタク
Question mark exclamation point? What was that? I mean, like, do you really want to wake up if it's Serica you're waking up to? Is someone calling my name?
そこにいちゃダメ早く目を覚まさないと戻れなくなっちゃうよ
Dot dot dot. I won't be able to come back? What does that mean? Okay, this does answer my question though. I was kind of wondering if all of this was a delusion, or if like Uki was like changing the world. But okay, we're in a delusion. Wait, what do you mean?
さあそれでは今日のリクエスト曲いってみましょう
Phantasm.
最初の曲はファンタズムで
The lunchtime broadcast was back to normal. All the other students were acting like nothing was out of the ordinary. They're discussing what anime was good this season, or where they were going after school. Like that broadcast had never happened. So weird. At this point, even I had to admit that something wasn't right. Was I going crazy?
タクルさんどうしたんですか
I heard her voice and turned her around. It's a child, and I gasped again. Uki was standing there, holding a shining blade. Are we ending the route this soon? Ooh-ah!
どうしたんですか
Don't change the pitch of your voice. Huh? What the hell? Just my glasses and took another look. Uki was in front of me, but she wasn't holding a D-sword. Her oval eyes went wide with surprise.
その私がどうかしましたか
No, it's nothing.
そうですか
I tried to act calm, but Uki didn't seem satisfied. You're going to the club room too, right?
はい
Wanna go with me?
はい
I walked ahead so she couldn't tell how worried I was getting on the inside. I could feel her following me from behind.
あ来た来たチャオス
Okay, I was right. I'm too tired to do this. I'm gonna cut it. I'll be back in a bit. Okay, we're back.
来た来たチャオス
Katsu. Everyone was already in the room.
私お茶入れますね
I like how they're playing the creepy music instead of, you know, the music that would otherwise match the scene. I watched Uki start to make the tea like always and sat down in my chair.
なんだなんだでっかいため息なんかついてまさか昨日の今日でいきなり彼女に振られでもしたか
No, that's not it. Let my head droop down as I tried to think. What was happening to me didn't seem to make any sense. Was it only happening to me? Either way, I didn't think I'd be able to solve this problem on my own. Which meant... Listen, I wanted to ask you guys something.
どうしたの改ま
Oh, sorry, no. Actually, then I told them all about everything that had happened since last night. I didn't mention Uki's name, so she was right there.
それって大丈夫なのかな専門のお医者様に見てもらった方がいいかもしれないわね
Not Sakuma! Even Kazuki agrees. Everyone started to give their own opinion.
私はあんまり考えすぎない方がいいと思いますけどね。ほら、気の持ちようってのもありますし。
Silent killer, she's got a point.
そうそう女の子から手紙もらって舞い上がってるだけだろ
Do you guys really think that's all it is? Maybe I was just overthinking things. In all honesty, I didn't want to think too hard about it. Maybe I just wanted to hear that everything was okay. Oh, Serica, say okay! I did feel a little better getting it off my chest.
タク
Oh, it's nothing. You've all been a big help. Thanks.
もういいの
Yeah, we'll have to talk about our next project too. We can't talk about my problems forever, right?
それはそうだけど
Alright, so about that project.
それじゃあ当面の活動目標は渋谷復興祭のレポートっていうことでいいわね
It was a tie! I ended up picking the obvious answer for our project. I've been opposed to it until now, but after what was happening to me, I honestly didn't care anymore. I'd have been just as happy to do a cooking video. Cooking video? Even the excitement I've been feeling for my after-school date was beginning to fade. As the school day drew to a close, I kept turning my phone on and then turning it off again. Of course, I was thinking of calling Aozaki. My mood was getting darker and darker as afternoon classes proceeded. I didn't feel like I was up for a date anymore. Wouldn't it be right to spend a date feeling like this? More than anything, it would be rude to her. Part of me wanted to do it another day. Part of me didn't want to waste this chance. I thought and thought, and... guess I'll tell her I'm not feeling well, and we should do it another day. Maybe may as well get it over with. Turned my phone on again before I could change my mind, then tapped in her number. She didn't answer. Bowie Kai. She still didn't answer. Keep trying, but she never picked up. Come to think of it, she would have seen that I called last night. She hasn't called me back. If I got a call from someone you liked, wouldn't you normally pick her right away, or call back as soon as you could? Oh well. Might not be ideal. It would be better than blowing her off. I decided to visit the second year classrooms. I didn't know what Aozaki looked like. I only knew her name and phone number. Maybe I should have asked Ito first. There's no helping that now. If only Arimura were here. She'd be able to tell me which class Aozaki was in at least. Went to Arimura's classroom, but I couldn't find her. Why are the second years on the 4th floor? How do they... At least in like Persona, they separate them by floors, right? Well, I mean, well, yes, they do that, but like 1st floor, 2nd floor, 3rd floor. What's if the first years are on the 3rd floor? What's on the 2nd and 1st floor? Well, 1st floor could be like, you know, like library, nurse's office, that kind of thing, right? What's on the 2nd floor? She must have gotten home already. Subrooms? Guess I'll just have to.
Hi.
Oh God, he has to talk to a stranger. I worked up what little courage I had and asked one of the girls walking by. Can I ask you something?
何ですか?
Do you know what class Aozaki Yume-san is in?
は?
Aozaki Yume-san, I said.
青崎?
That's strange. She's the prettiest girl in school. She should have at least heard of her. As someone else. But
青崎さん知ってる? 知らない。てか、そんな人2年にはいなくない?
okay, Uki, you couldn't like design some NPCs that are good. It wasn't? Arimura had said she was the prettiest girl in the school, not just the 2nd year class. Ito knew about her too, and he'd been jealous of me. I talked to her last night on the phone. I decided to visit the 1st year class just to be sure. Maybe I heard wrong and Aozaki was a 1st year student, not a 2nd year. But
いませんよ、そんな子。
oh, we just don't have backgrounds for it. Lazy. What the hell's going on? How could there be nobody named Aozaki Yume in either grade? I know! I decided to call Arimura. Dang it! The Uki is like, oh God, I didn't plan for this, oh God! This is the first time I'm gonna remember where she hadn't picked up the phone. Sent an email. I waited but got no answer. What the hell? What's happening here? Black shadows started to weigh down on my heart. Does this have anything to do with the other strange things that are happening around me? Or was my earlier guess right? The others are trying to prank me. Wasn't gonna get anywhere sitting around all day waiting for an answer. I ended up going to Cafe Lax, where we were supposed to meet. I was sure if I went there, I'd be able to find her. Even if it was a prank, my friends would all be there, eagerly awaiting my arrival. Either way, I'd learned something. Yeah, my friends are all jerks. Went into the cafe and looked around from a slightly concealed vantage point.
何をしておる?
What's your name, like Eris or something? Be quiet. Oh, well.
まあよい。さっきからずっと待っておるぞ。
Oh, okay. Huh? Wait a second. What did you just say?
待ち人じゃ。ほれ、そこに。あ。
I adjusted my glasses and took another look. When did she get time to change outfits? She's got Uki's hair color.
よかった。来てくれたんですね。待ってたんですよ、宮代先輩。
What color are Uki's eyes? Hold on, where? Chaos Child. Hold on, I think if I just type in Uki, yeah. Page pops up. No, Uki has brown eyes. Okay. She's Aozaki Yume? ... All thoughts evaporated from my mind. The world quickly lost its color, and all the noise around me seemed to fade away. The only thing I could see was the girl in front of me. Ah! A shock like a gunshot went through my chest. I can't believe Takuru's dead. Her silken hair, her long eyelashes, her oval eyes like stars, her perfect nose, her lips the color of pale cherry blossoms. Her chest was the perfect size, not too large, not too small, and her hips were curvy, but not too curvy, of course. Her skin was smooth, and it glowed like there's a light shining from within her. More than anything, her beautiful smile as she looked at me. Every part of her body seemed to have been blessed by the goddess of beauty herself. Oh no, I'm not saying that again.
先輩?
Yeah, she was an angel. It was like a miracle who descended from heaven. Just customized for exactly what I want. Okay, I was kind of thinking that. That was no exaggeration. It's the only thing I could think of. I was looking at the very incarnation of everything I'd ever wanted. What could I call this except a miracle? All the doubts in the back of my mind crumbled away, like sand blown by the wind. All the girls in the lower classes at Hakio told me they never heard of Aozaki Yume, but she was right here, right in front of me. What other fact could I possibly need?
どうしたんですか、先輩?
Okay, second choice. I want the music change. First I chose negative, right? So now I needed to choose positive. Everything I needed was right in front of me. Believe and you shall be saved, as they say. Wait long. Just as I took a step forward, heard loud footsteps coming from outside the stairs. Footsteps stopped and then I heard the doors open. I turned and saw... Staring! Ah! Anoe, what are you doing here? Did he follow me?
つけてきたんじゃないもん。ついてきたんだもん。
That's what they call following? Let's both mean the same thing. How do you do that?
だって、気になるんだもん。
Huh? I couldn't hear you. Say it clearly.
だから、気になるんだもん。
Erica shook her lips out into a pout and sulked. You probably think this is funny, right? I don't think that's very nice.
違うもん。そうじゃないもん。
Then what is it?
徳はさ。
Erica never held back about saying something she was thinking, but now she looked really hesitant. It felt weird seeing her act this way.
徳は、ゆめちゃんになんて返事をするの？ OK って言って、そのままラブラブになっちゃうの？
That was the plan, yeah. We say okay. Lovey-dovey.
OK するんでしょ？しちゃうんだよね。
Well...
やっぱりそうなんだ。OK しちゃうんだ。それで人前で堂々とイチャイチャしたり、放課後の学校でチューしちゃったりするんだ。
What are you talking about? I hope, you know, like... it's implied this is the real Serica, but I'd love it if Taku just had like angel on his shoulder Serica that was there to be his conscience.
そりゃ相手は学園一の
Like
美
his
少
Edmund
女だし、
Dantes.
断る理由なんてないよね。
Listen, it's none of your business what I do. Felt like she was throwing a tantrum. I reacted coldly. Normally she'd just complain more, but today something was different about Serica. Annoying? 関
係なくないもん。
The lighting of the cafe reflected off of her wet eyes. What, is this really just a delusion? This is fake Serica? She's the childhood friend in love? Oh, no way! I had no idea. I had no idea that Serica could look so sad.
関係なくなんかないもん。
Wait!
私だって
Oh, okay, okay.
ずっとタクのこと見てたのに、タクの一番そばにいたのに、タクのこと一番好きだったのに。
What?
それなのにこんなのいきなり出てきた女の子に取られちゃうなんてそんなの
Don't say you don't understand. I've already seen that meltdown in anime. Okay, we're good. You guys know what scene I'm talking about there, right? That one light novel adaptation that never went anywhere. Like, he had alluded to like this big battle royale thing, and it ended before that happened. The only like noteworthy scene was the one where like his childhood friend or something just completely melts down for like 2 or 3 minutes about not understanding Chuni stuff. And I think the VA did the voice actress. Don't say VA, that's weird. Did it in one take. Serica's in love with me. She always has been. It was a good show despite that. Just it's not memorable. No, but she just never showed any signs of that. I had no idea what to do. At no time in my short life have I ever dealt with something like this. Just calm down. That's all I could say. I always thought of Serica as a friend, as someone I could always count on regardless of her sex. Never really seen her as a girl. I thought that we could always be friends like that. But... Oh, she said the line! Ah! She turned away and ran down the stairs, the tears reflecting in the light as they streamed down her face. Wait! Listen to me! Tried to follow after her when... Oh yeah, it was just an illusion. It happens sometimes. Oh, what? Was that an illusion? Then where's the real Serica?
Huh?
Sorry. Footsteps coming up the stairs weren't Serica's. They belonged to a man I'd never seen before. Serica? In love with me? What was I thinking? That's impossible. Huh? Suddenly gasped in surprise. It's Shinjo! Awazaki been right there in the chair a moment ago, but now she'd vanished. Looked all around the room, and she was nowhere to be seen. She got annoyed watching me just stand there and gone home? That wasn't possible. There's only one entrance to the cafe. It's impossible for her to leave without me seeing it. Wonder where she'd been oh, this background! You should use this bad boy to make thumbnails. Took a closer look. There's nothing on the table. No sign that anyone even put a water glass on the table, and the chair was pushed in. There's nothing to hint that anybody had been sitting there at all. What's going on? What's happening? Saw a girl sitting here. I know I heard her voice. Is that all hallucination? Another product of my delusions? Suddenly felt a gaze. Whose eyes are those eyes? I looked around the cafe, but didn't see anyone. I looked outside. Outside the window, the other side of the street where the sun was setting, saw a tiny silhouette looking at me. Okay! Bring back my waifu! There's no doubt about it. As she looked at me with silent, calm eyes, there's an elegant and razor-sharp blade in her hand. I ran out of the store. This time I'm sure of it. Uki was watching me. Breathing sounds. What was Uki doing here? If I can find that out, I might be able to figure out what's going on. That certainty spurred me to action. I ran as fast as I could after she fled. She's just a little kid. This distance, I'll definitely be able to catch up to her. At least, that's what I thought. Breathing sounds. No matter how fast I ran, I didn't seem to get any closer. What was this weird sensation? It wasn't that my sense of distance was screwing up. It's like I was chasing something that wasn't there. I was moving my legs as fast as I could. It was like in a nightmare, where you're running from someone who's chasing you. You don't seem to be moving at all. The worst nightmare thing that happens is when like you can't talk. Like you're trying to yell for help, like you see somebody, you're like, oh man, there's a monster, you know, whatever. And like just nothing comes out of your throat. This time, my desperation pushed me beyond my limits. My lungs felt like they were on fire. My side stung from lack of exercise. My legs were screaming that they were about to give up. I forced myself to keep going. Uki turned around and saw me, then slipped through the turnstile to escape. I followed her through. She acted, no clip. Huh? But in such a hurry that I hadn't put my card into the machine. It let me through anyway. Done the same for Uki too. She hadn't gotten out her card either. No, worry about that later. She doesn't know how those work. We ran up the stairs to the platforms. It's just in time to see a train slide into the Harajuku platform. Watch Uki get on. You know, it's very possible she's never ridden the train before, so she doesn't even know that the cards are a thing. She just thinks they automatically open like that. Wait, Uki! Wait! Huh? Disappeared? Uki got it on a green card from the Yamanori line. Suddenly gone. It hadn't left the station. Would at least be able to see it then. The whole platform was quiet, like the train had never existed in the first place. It wasn't only that. The whole station was strangely dark. I couldn't see a single person. What? Cold chill ran up my neck. What was going on? Looked around again and again. The place was as quiet as the surface of the moon. Complete silence. Complete emptiness. There were no customers and no employees either. The information boards were all black and showed nothing at all. Possible. Shibuya is supposed to be the 5th busiest station in Japan. Right, where's Uki? Forced my tired legs to move and looked around for Uki. The only sound on the platform was my footsteps. No sign of Uki or anyone else. Dang it! What is happening? What the hell is going on here? I felt like someone had torn open my skull and started fiddling with my hippocampus. Oh, Kunosado! Better stop it. Went down the platform and through the turnstile. Everything was back to normal. I had no idea what was going on anymore. Then I heard the sound of the train coming in above me, as if it was mocking me. I ran back up the stairs, feeling the people around me staring at me in bewilderment. When I got up there, the platform was as empty as before. I forgot to program this part. No idea what was going on anymore. The more I thought about it, the more confused I got. Staggered down the stairs, feeling defeated. Once I got back down, the world was normal again. I didn't feel surprised anymore. It felt empty. I put my back to the wall, let myself slide to the ground. Maybe I had gone crazy. Oh, hey, it's you. Looked up and saw a commercial for a music artist playing on the big TV above Scramble Crossing. Playing a song by Phantasm that had just been released a few days before. Suddenly, there's now static on the screen. Question mark, exclamation point? That voice. I don't know. Serika and Kurusu too? Why am I hearing their voices from the TV? A delusion of Shibuya? Ah! I heard a noise and their voices vanished, only to be replaced by the Phantasm music video once more. Is that a hallucination? Oh. It's another message, like the ones I heard before. A delusion of Shibuya. The lights in the intersection changed, and the people started to move. And beyond them, standing in a gap between the crowds, I saw a girl. It was Yamazoe Uki, holding her D-sword. ... Suddenly, it felt like a dam burst in my mind. Gigalomaniacs. Yamazoe Uki's power is a gigalomaniac. To reboot other people's thoughts and desires. That's right. This whole thing started when I had a nightmare about being stabbed by Uki's D-sword. Then this must be... I started to move. The light was about to turn red, but I ran across the intersection anyway. This reminds me of, it was the only, not even full episode, like 10 to 20 minutes of, I think it was the show Supernatural. I'm not for sure, but I think it was that one. Like, I think 2 characters, don't ask me who, I don't remember, were like stuck in like a fake reality, and the only way to break out was to jump off a building, but also they had no proof it was a fake reality, so they're like, oh yeah, this might kill us, but oh well. Is that an episode of Supernatural? Are there any Supernatural fans here? I forced my way to the other side of the street as the car horns blared at me. I finally caught you! Time for bullying! When I grabbed her by her tiny shoulders, Uki jerked and looked at me in shock.
Takura-san.
This is just like Haruhi Suzumiya. We gotta bully the Nagato to get to the real Nagato. The D-sword she'd been holding had vanished. That didn't matter anymore. Sorry, but you won't be able to fool me anymore. Tell me the truth about what's going on. Pretending to be scared isn't gonna work, you know? Uki, you had your D sword out, didn't you? Everything that's been happening around me, that's your fault, isn't it? Uki shook her head frantically to the left and right, as if she was trying to wriggle out of my grasp. I'm not letting you go until you tell me the truth. She looked around for help. I realized that the people around me were staring at me suspiciously. Stare. Whose eyes are those eyes? They formed a circle, looking at me with cold, inconsiderate eyes.
Oi, Soko!
She's my sister. I'm allowed to bully her. Two black shadows forced their way through the crowd.
あんただあんた。そこで何をしているんだ?
I'm here to bully a child. Well, no. This is bad.
どうした? 何かやましいことでもあるのか?
No, she and I are friends.
犯罪を犯す奴は大体そう言うんだ。
Always got a point. Criminal? No, I...
話は書で聞かせてもらおう。さあ、こっちへ来なさい。
Look, make them shoot you. Strong arms grabbed me and held me tight. Ah! Uki slipped out of my grasp. She slid through the crowd and disappeared from my sight. If I get arrested here, not only will my life be over, but I might lose a critical clue.
あんた、学生か?
これ、壁標の制服ですね。
ああ、なるほど。道理で。
Can he summon his sword at this point in the story? He's going for it.
あ、おい!
It's just like in Suzumiya when he's at the school and like the school like security officer is like, hey you, what are you doing here? I forced my wife free and I ran into the crowd. I'm John Smith! I'm a big Haruhi fan if you can't tell.
待て!
Does anyone ever actually stop when they hear that? If I was gonna stop, I wouldn't have started running in the first place. Breathing sounds. Frankly, body slammed my way through the crowd, running as fast as I could while the people around cursed at me. How much time had I spent running? Felt like I've been chasing a phantom with Wookie forever. Should I head it there? We're like 40 minutes in, right? 12 minutes and 25. Yeah, okay. It seems like the next one's gonna be the finale, or at least how different are the two endings, you think? I'm gonna assume they split off after that delusion. Maybe the other route, like Aozaki doesn't disappear, or you stay trapped in the delusion forever, or I don't know. Anyways, I'll see you guys next time for what is hopefully the finale. We'll see. Bye.